Now, the fallout from the increased use by police of traffic sobriety checkpoints in California. That's the focus of a 3-month probe by Ryan Gabrielson, a fellow in the investigative reporting program at the University of California, Berkeley. The program's director, he is the program's director. Special correspondent Lowell Bergman narrates this report.
Every year, 12,000 people die on the nation's roads in accidents caused by drunk drivers. Over 1,000 die in California alone. California has become the leader in the use of checkpoints.
So driver's license, DUI checkpoint. Have you had anything to drink tonight, sir? No.
But even if you're sober, this checkpoint means trouble for some drivers.
This is a driver's license, DUI checkpoint. Can I see your license?
Police don't just go after drunk drivers at these checkpoints. They're looking for people driving without a license.
This is a ticket for driving without a license. Okay. Gonna have you sign at the bottom next to the circled X.
And in California, if you don't have a license, most police don't just give you a citation. They do something no other state does.
All right, well, because you don't have a license, we're towing the car. Can I have the key, please?
If you don't have a license, they tow your car and impound it for a month.
As it stands right now, it is a 30-day tow. You understand that? 30 days? 30 days. I'm giving you the phone number.
If you are caught driving drunk, you can pick up your vehicle the next morning.
9 steps back, heel to toe.
But if you're caught driving without a license, you lose your car for at least 30 days. Last year, 24,000 vehicles were impounded at California checkpoints because an unlicensed driver was caught at the wheel. But there's a fundamental problem with this practice, according to Democratic State Senator Gilbert Cedillo.
Impounding the vehicles of unlicensed motorists in California is illegal and unconstitutional.
What Senator Cedillo is referring to is this decision in 2005 by the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. It concluded that it was, quote, unreasonable seizure under the Fourth Amendment to impound a vehicle if the only justification is that the driver is unlicensed. Martin Mayer is the lawyer for California's police chiefs and sheriff's associations.
What was pointed out by the Ninth Circuit was that in the United States, you have to have a warrant to seize any personal property, with very few exceptions.
In this memo, Mayer told his clients that the ruling would, quote, impact upon an officer's authority to have a vehicle towed if the only charge against the driver is driving without a license.
If they are doing that and they can't justify it, it would be an unconstitutional seizure of personal property.
Since the court ruling, some law enforcement agencies like the California Highway Patrol have changed their policies. But most police departments continue to routinely impound cars. In fact, the number of vehicles seized at California checkpoints has doubled in the 5 years since the decision. Senator Cedillo says the reason for this is simple: money.
It's all to raise revenue for these local governments. This is the simple reason why they're doing this, to raise revenue for their cash-strapped cities.
The revenue comes in two ways. First, $30 million in federal funds pays for police overtime and operating costs at checkpoints like these. And then the impounded vehicles provide a profit. After fines are paid to the city, along with 30 days in storage fees, a vehicle typically produces $2,000 in revenue, sometimes more if it's not claimed and then auctioned.
Okay, thank you.
An analysis of records obtained by the investigative reporting program shows that last year impounds brought in over $40 million in revenue, shared by tow operators and municipal governments. And documents reveal that for every one DUI arrest at these sobriety checkpoints, there can be as many as 60 people cited for driving without a license, 60 vehicles seized.
Because you are unlicensed, your vehicle's going to be towed for 30 days.
None of the police chiefs in cities where we observe checkpoints would talk with us on camera. And the state attorney general's office told us that they believe it is, quote, unclear whether or not these impounds are still unconstitutional. They await a ruling on a new case that's now before the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. Meanwhile, the California Office of Traffic Safety plans even more checkpoints this year.
That report was by Lowell Bergman, who heads the investigative reporting program at the University of California, Berkeley. It was produced in collaboration with the New York Times.